Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon for a lot of people, I think. Anyway, so I am here with Connie. We are going to talk about Go for Gold. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the video in front of me. Just in case you guys have questions or anything, I will be able to see them. And, you know, all of that. So, first things first, you guys, I do these videos because I don't want for you to have to take my word for anything. I want for you to actually see what it's doing for other people. And I want you to see what it's doing for all kinds of other people. So you'll see people that are gold, people that just started, people like it's diamonds we've had, it really, I want you to see what other people are experiencing with Go for Gold. And I don't want you to just hear me talk about it like, here it is, da, da, da. Because I want to know other people's results. That's why we all look at testimonials, before we buy things, or reviews on Amazon, right? Like we want to know what it's doing for other people. So, Connie, how long? Hi. Doesn't Connie have the best hair? Connie with the good hair.
I like it.
There it is. Yeah, that's you. That's now you. So I want to see it on a license plate or something. I understand that's too long for a license plate. Bumper sticker. Anyway, so an entire back window. So how long have you been with Young Living?
I actually enrolled on February 7th of this year as a birthday present.
Stop.
It was February 2nd, and I said, I'm going to do this. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh. So whenever you signed up, first of all, like how awesome is that? You're only like a couple of months in. This is the best thing. So why did you sign up? I'm curious. Like did you sign up as a builder initially? I always get curious.
I did. I believe in the direct selling / MLM structure business model.
Yeah.
I was with another MLM that just wasn't working out.
Sure.
I'm gonna be nice. Just wasn't working out.
Yeah.
So I do believe in the model. I had dabbled in essential oils. My background is in fitness. I went back to school at 40 to get my exercise and sports science degree. CrossFit coach. I'm actually a licensed massage therapist, all this sort of fitness things. So I had dabbled in essential oils a few years ago, but it was just like, oh, this smells good. And I diffused them. And I was like, I knew there was a lot to it, but I didn't feel like I had the time to research. Mm-hmm. And so I turned 50 a couple years ago and have been having health issues, hormones or whatever. And so it got to the point where I'm like, I need to start. I tried different medications. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I wanted to try to find some natural remedies. And I'm like, I want to start looking at this essential oils again. And I just started researching and I'm like, I'm going to do this. And I knew they worked. I just knew I needed to jump on board and just try them. So, that's it. I knew Young Living was a good company. I knew it was the one I wanted to go with. And so I don't know why I've waited. Like I had been wanting to do it since like the fall of last year. And then I finally, it's like for my birthday, I'm like, let me just do this. So I did it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, cool. Well, it's so funny because literally the last one of these videos that I did was Kaylin, and she's been with Young Living for 23 years. So I love
that
the contrast, right? And then doing this now, like seriously, so many people watching this video are going to be like, man, I wish I knew about Go for Gold at the very beginning of what I was doing, because a lot of people, like, they're changing everything to do Go for Gold moving forward, but they're all like, man, I wish I had done this years ago. But you actually get to do it at the beginning, which is nice.
I enrolled on February 7th, and I think I got put in a running group, not running. That's the one thing I don't like to I like accountability group. Like be mid-March maybe, and then one of the girls that was in that group was doing Go for Gold, and I was like, excuse me, what is that? And she gave me the link. I signed up within like 20 minutes.
Oh,
I'm like,
man.
this is it. So
That's boss. That is so cool. So what do you, well, usually I'm like, well, how has your business changed since you started Go for Gold? But here, I'm going to ask a different question because of your history. How is what we do in Go for Gold different than maybe even what you've done with previous businesses?
so we don't have enough time to go. So I was with my previous MLM for 5 years. I mean, I was successful. I was a leader, but it was hard, icky work. Really,
Yeah.
I loved the product. I loved some of the people. I loved some of my uplines. You know, of course, I love my team, but it was a constant. Send this out to 50 people, send this out to 10 people. You gotta, email, like, ask 10 people today if they want samples. And then, you gotta, and it was always like a copy and paste. And I always tried to make it sound like me, but I was like, if I get one more copy and paste that says, hey girl, so
Yes.
I mean, in the beginning, like, I enrolled several people, like in my other MLM, because I mean, it, was a good product. But I was excited. It was the excitement, and I'm like, oh, this is great. But then after you do it for 3.5, 4 years, I actually don't think I lost any Facebook friends. I never got the, OMG, will you stop messaging me? But I always feared that. But it really, it gets tiring after 3.5 years of send this to 10 people, you got to reach out to 200 people this month. And it wasn't, you were reaching out about the product, period, end of story. That's what they want you to do. So
You're like a
and how I knew,
virtual
really, I'll tell you
billboard.
what, how I have no idea. When I enrolled in Young Living, I knew I wanted to do it as a business. I knew I wasn't going to do it the way I did my other MLM. I had no idea how I was going to figure it out, but I said, I'll figure it out somehow.
Yeah.
And then I was introduced to Go for Gold. So, but
Like,
yeah.
all the glitter, rainbows.
But that's just it. I mean, that was, 3.5, I probably I didn't give up, but I kind of stopped probably right before my 4th year anniversary. I just kind of like, I stopped. I was still bringing in income because I had a little bit of, a good team. I had some customers, and I was supporting them, but I just stopped.
The strategy isn't sustainable.
It's not.
Yeah. It's essentially like, it's push marketing. It's almost like you're a radio advertisement, 1-to-1. That's a strategy that a lot of like network marketing gurus out there are like, do this. Like, oh my word, please don't.
Well, and it's hard to teach like your team if they are not outgoing, if they're not, extroverts. You can't tell them, all right, you need to reach out to 50 people. They're like, oh my God, I can't do that. And you're like, yes, you can. Yes, you can. And they're like, no, I can't. So, and then you're like, okay, well then you're not going to be successful. I mean, I never said that, but
yeah,
that's
that. Oh, it's a rough model. It's a rough model.
Yeah.
Well, so what do you have any signups yet, out of curiosity?
Oh yeah, I am. I want to be transparent. I have a great upline. I actually found her through Instagram. She's I found her on Instagram. Awesome. I followed her for a while, which is kind of interesting. Now she doesn't do Go for Gold, but she practices a lot of Go for Gold without knowing it. I don't even know if she knows about Go for Gold, but she shares her heart. She shares her passions for her farm and her family and things. Yeah. And I was like, that's awesome. So I enrolled in February. She did stack a few people under me. So, but I did enroll a few people in February. I made Senior Star in February. I enrolled February 7th. I made Senior Star. And then March, I made executive. I started enrolling people. And then I am on track to hit executive this month. But it's on my own enrollments. I mean, she is also helping, with stacking, but I am also enrolling people through Go for Gold. I mean, I message them like, hey girl. I don't say hey girl, never mind. I never say hey girl anymore.
But it's the vibe. It's the vibe. It's like a chill vibe.
Doing essential oils now. What is that about? Let me tell you.
Let's talk. Conversation cheat sheet.
Yes.
Right? Let's talk.
Yes, exactly.
Well, that's awesome. So, wow. So you started in February, March, April, May. You're not even 3 months in and you're executive. You were 2 months in executive.
Yes.
That's perfect. Oh, I love it. Yay.
And I'm telling you, again, I was given, I was blessed with a few people.
Sure.
But doing Go for Gold, I started enrolling people, and I mean, I am very proud to say that I have done that also, stacking and enrolling.
Yes. So. Oh, I love it. I love it. And I love your transparency and that you're not like, oh, I totally did all this.
No.
Like I love that. That's because nobody needs to hear a perfect story. It's okay. Like a perfect story is a real story.
Yes.
I love that. Thank you for that. What would you say to somebody, and then we'll let everybody get on with their Saturday, but what would you say to somebody who's on the fence that's looking at it and is maybe like, I don't know, like, is this just another one of those things? Or I don't know if this is going to work or whatever. What would you say to that person?
Just write the check. No, it would depend. Like if you have trouble, sharing your story, sharing your love of oils, or whatever your passion is. Like my passion is, I got in trouble for a little hot words I said, so I'm not going to say those, but if you need emotional support, if you need hormonal support, and those are the things that you struggle with and you want to share, that's whatever your passion is. And, Martha talks about, or you talk about the bat signal, whatever your bat signal is, which is what I wanted to do with my other MLM, but it just wasn't a good fit and I couldn't figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
Go for Gold will teach you step by step, module by module, how to speak about your passions and include essential oils. Well, not just essential oils, because I use a lot of supplements also. Yeah. So just write the check.
Well, Connie said write the check, you guys. So I'm just saying.
It's just a whole different, like, it's so funny because since I've been doing Go for Gold, you purchase Go for Gold and then in your Instagram and Facebook, you get all these advertisements.
Right.
Did your upline tell you to do this? And I'm like, let me just, and then I got to click on it to see what they say. And it's the same stuff I did in the other MLM. And I'm like,
they all teach the same thing.
This is not the way we do it anymore. So it's just funny to watch those. And I know, I'm telling you, I don't know if I should say this out loud, but I'm like, I don't know if you like do other MLMs, but I'm like, if other MLMs get a hold of Martha, it is all over for us. I'm just saying, it is. Like if they get, I mean, I don't know what you do. I mean, I know you're a business strategist. I know that you do corporations and things like that, but I'm like, God, and I really want to tell some of my MLM friends, because I see every day, I see their post, hey, buy my product, hey, get this freebie. And I want to message them and say, there's a new way to do that. But I don't want them to ask me how to do that. And I'm like, well, there's this chick named Martha.
You should join my team and then you get to find
I know.
And then I'll totally get it for you, right?
I will be honest. I know that, it is against, I don't know what the word is, but is it against to pull in other, I don't know what the cross recruiting, like pulling in people from other direct sales?
Oh, I think if they're attracted to us.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. Yeah. I have had a couple of my old team members message me and have been like, because one of my upline announced my executive promotion, and a couple of my MLM friends from previous messaged me and they're like, how are like, you know, you can Google Young Living ranks or whatever, and they're like, how did you do that so fast? Because they know how I did my other MLM.
Yeah.
And so they've messaged me and said, how are you doing that? And I've told them, number one, I love the product. There's so many aspects and facets that essential oils and supplements can help, as opposed to the other MLM I was doing. So that's number one. Number two, it's not such like a niche market. I mean, it's a wellness company.
Right.
And then I say, number two, I said, I follow this program called Go for Gold. Her name is Martha. I said, I don't think she does other MLMs, and I ain't sharing it with you. Well, because it's not going to work anyway. Well, I mean, I guess it would, but you know, not the way that
ours is so specific.
You detail it for Young Living.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so I just say, that's how I'm doing it. So if, you know, let me know if you want more information, because I don't, you know, I don't want to cross that line. But when people ask you, I'm just being honest.
What we know about people that are in network marketing is that they're open to network marketing.
Yes.
What we also know about people in network marketing is that a lot of them aren't necessarily happy where they are. And now, ethically speaking, no, I mean, you don't go like fishing for them. I mean, that's a thing. But if people are coming to us and asking us questions, what I've said to people is, hey, it's not wise to be in more than one MLM. If you want to talk, we can totally talk, but I wouldn't suggest being in more than one. So if you plan on staying where you are, then just go ahead and stay where you are. Because you get to a certain point, I think it's diamond and above in Young Living anyway, where it's just you need to be representing one and not anything else anyway. And of course there's certain ones that that are like,
I went, when I enrolled I got my kit on February 7th, the following week, just because I didn't want to wait, I wanted my kit. The following week, I just broke all ties. I sent in my resignation letter. And so I had a couple, you know, my upline, I didn't tell anybody. I mean, I told my close team that I worked with, and I was like, hey, this is what I'm doing. And I cut all ties. I'm like, I could have still been making an income from that, but I was just like, I cut all ties. I was just like, I am totally focusing on one business, and I just believed in this product so much that I cut all ties. Yeah. So that was my decision. That's what, you know, I just don't think you can do both.
It's so confusing. Not just to you internally, but it's so confusing to end users or to potential clients. They don't know whether you're coming or going. They don't know what you're doing. It's hard to trust somebody who's kind of talking about all this stuff. So when it comes to MLM,
you can't promote a business when you have two, and the two businesses were they're different products, different lines or whatever. And so if I was like, yeah, this product is great and this product is great, and they're like, well, this opportunity is great, this opportunity is great, they're going to be like, they can't both be as great as you're saying they are. So.
Yes, exactly. So what I suggest to people is like to do the MLM. We're kind of going off a little bit, but I'm totally going to talk about it. When I'm suggesting like MLM, or, you know, because I talk about income streams. So MLM being one of them. And that's like the team building aspect. You can't have two teams because you can't invest in people in totally different things like that. Now, affiliate marketing and stuff like that, that's totally different. But like the MLM model, the team itself, you can only do one well, honestly.
Yes.
But all right. Well, shoot. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today.
Thank you. Thanks for the invite. Or I know I volunteered, but thank you for letting me come on. I'm like, they have to hear this. If any other people in MLMs, they have to hear this. They have to.
I'm stoked. Well, it's going to be on the YouTubes. So, Connie, you have the best day ever. And everybody else, you have a great day.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.